Hey Baylor fans, this is your call to gear up with Harley-Davidson of Waco. Whether you're hitting the open road or tailgating at McLean Stadium, we've got the ride to match your Bear pride. Check out our wide selection of new and pre-owned motorcycles, visit our service department, or shop all the latest gear and accessories to show off your Baylor spirit and Harley pride. Visit us today and find your freedom on two wheels. Harley-Davidson of Waco, where Baylor fans never ride alone. Visit in-store or at hdwaco.com. Sic Em Bears. Hi, everybody. Welcome into the Sic Em Podcast presented by Harley-Davidson of Waco. We don't have the normal accoutrements from Harley-Davidson, but we appreciate them very much. Thanks to Harley-Davidson of Waco. And today we welcome in Obi Agbim from Baylor men's basketball. Obi, welcome to the Sic Em Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being here. As we record, we're out of our normal studio. We're at Foster Pavilion. Beautiful home of Baylor basketball. You got to like this place.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely top-notch, best of the best. I couldn't wish for any better.
What's it like from a student-athlete's perspective? I mean, everything you need is right here at Foster.
Oh, yeah. It's like student-athlete-wise, outside of school, you don't really go on that side of town a lot,
Right.
Just because, like, everything you need is here, whether it's food, nutrition, weight room, recovery, like, everything you need is here. So it's kind of like basketball. We have our own, like, personal little area just to, function and get better. It's really crazy.
And you haven't experienced a game here yet. I mean, you've had a lot of practices, but, man, the crowd, when they get going, this place gets loud.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great home court advantage,
Oh,
too.
yeah. I was just at a football game this weekend for the first time, and it was a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to lie, it was a lot of people over there, and it was really nice, nice, good home crowd.
Very good. Well, we're glad you're here. You're new to the Baylor program this year, originally from Aurora, Colorado, right?
Aurora, Colorado, yep.
Yeah. So growing up, was it all basketball? Was it different sports? What'd you do?
It was kind of multi-sport, just kind of like play whatever your friends play, just be wherever your friends is. I played a little bit of basketball, football, soccer. That was kind of like my main three sports. And then around middle school, that's kind of when I everybody's playing basketball, so I'm gonna just do it for fun. And then high school came in, sophomore year, that's kind of when I was like, okay, like I'm gonna take basketball serious. I'm gonna just focus on basketball.
Nice, very good. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? And it's good. I think when you do a lot of different sports, and then you can kind of see yourself headed toward one, and that ends up being your main sport.
Exactly. It's a blessing, man. I can't lie, it's a blessing.
Yeah, very good. So originally out of high school, where'd you go first?
I went to Rangeview. High School, and then in the middle of like my 4 years of high school, I had moved to Houston with my mom for a little bit.
Right.
And I went to Foster High School in Houston just for a couple months.
Right.
And then my mom, she ended up getting a different job back in Colorado. So I went back to Rangeview and finished it out over there.
You moved around.
Oh, yeah.
Good. And then out of high school, where'd you go?
Metro was my first year.
Okay.
That was from COVID 2020. And that was like a really blessed offer. It was lucky. It was like really like late. So I didn't know if I was going to like be able to play in the NCAA just because of COVID, and everybody was just going to go back. The year didn't count, but it was late. So I was able to get that offer.
That's good. And going through that COVID, I mean, it's been a few years ago now, but golly, what a tough deal to go through.
Oh yeah. It was definitely different. We had to play with like masks on, and it was like, sometimes we used to have the hospital masks.
Yeah.
But they like made us like real strict on it, where we had to have you ever seen Batman where they got Bane, like a Bane mask? Yeah, we had to like have a mask like that. Yeah, it was like a real specific
and
mask.
you're playing with that on.
Oh yeah, it was tough.
Really?
Colorado already has the elevation, so with the mask on, it was pretty tough. But it was fun though. It was still fun.
Very good. From there, did you go to Fort Lewis? Is that right?
I went to Northeastern Junior College.
Northeastern,
Yeah,
okay.
that's when I went JUCO after that.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to Fort Lewis for 2 years.
Then Fort Lewis.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Very good.
Yeah.
And then Wyoming. You ended up at Wyoming and played there just 1 year?
1 year, yeah.
What was that year like for you?
Oh, man, it was great. Shout out all the coaching staff, Coach Sundance. It was a little crazy, but I'm glad I was able to go back to Wyoming.
Yeah.
Just because I committed there at first, and then Linder, he ended up accepting that job at Texas Tech right now where he's at.
Oh, yeah.
So the portal reopened for all the guys who the head coach then left, and then Sundance was able to get a great relationship with me, and I was able to go back there.
Oh, good. And we'll see him later in the year.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah.
So a year at Wyoming, and then what was the situation? How did you make contact with Baylor, or Baylor make contact with you,
and you end up here?
Well, honestly, me going into Wyoming, I was going with full anticipation. Like, this is my last year. Like, I'm not gonna do college again. Like, I'm gonna leave everything on the floor.
Right.
And I think around December, when the season started and I was having a good start to the season, agents started to come into play. And I didn't necessarily know what they were about, but like, I knew you need an agent to go pro, go to the NBA or whatever like career that you want to pursue. You're gonna need an agent. So we were kind of having like interviews, talks with agents, and then, they were all saying the same thing, like the ideal plan for me, like, Obi, if you were to do this and that, like a school that we would have put you through was Baylor, just because it guarded you. Like, Baylor has like a real high representation, and it's really good. It's real respected. And then I ended up being blessed to sign with On Time, I think in February a little bit. Right. And Baylor was like top of the list. Wow. Top of the list for sure. Even before I knew I was going to the portal, I just knew that was a school that like had everything that I wanted and I needed to be at.
Nice, very good. What did you know about Baylor, or what do you remember anything about Baylor before that started?
Only thing I really knew about Baylor was like their guard U. That's kind of the nickname that a lot of people give to it. Like, a lot of good guards come in here and they leave better than what they came in. So that was kind of the nickname I knew about.
Which is true.
It's a
We've
fact.
had a great string of guards.
Yeah,
good. So you're here, and you guys had the experience of going to Germany, representing the USA as Team USA in the World University Games this summer. What was that like for you? Oh
man, it was amazing. I'm sad that not all of our team got to be there.
Right.
We had like 7 players that were USA guys that got to be there, but it was really fun. Just to have that type of trip with these group of guys. It was really fun.
Good, against pretty good competition also.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that 26, 27-year-olds, and we were playing against pro guys. So it was fun. It was a fun experience for sure.
For this team especially, with everybody new, that was such a blessing, to be able to do that, wasn't it? The bonding, you're together, you had all the practice leading into it.
Yeah.
And not just a week or 10 days practice leading into a foreign tour. You had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
And then those games, 6 games together.
Yeah. I mean, when you have like a month and a half to practice with a group of guys, and then you go to Germany and you're just out there, like no phones, just kind of like out there with the small portion of the team.
Yeah.
It's a real good way to bond, and I feel like we took advantage of that, and we got a little bit ahead of what we were expected to be. So I feel like our team chemistry definitely grew a ton from that.
It's kind of like diving in, isn't it? You're here at Baylor. All right, dive in the deep end and, learn everything.
Learn everything together, yeah.
Right. What was the best part of that trip for you?
Best part of Germany, like, for me, that was my first time, like, going overseas as an adult, really going overseas. But my favorite part was definitely just, being on the big stage with, all the team, having our own support group there, having you guys come. That was really big for us. So just being over there, having that kind of stage and just representing Team USA was like probably the best part in general.
Good. And you played really well. You were leading scorer. You were the most outstanding player for the World University Games. You really turned it on over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was great. Was it, everything is so new with you guys, the chemistry, as you form the chemistry with the team, did you see that happen pretty quickly, or was that I'm sure it was a process?
Like the chemistry thing?
Yeah, chemistry for you guys together.
I know for a fact, like when you have a whole new team, a whole new group of guys, it's going to take some time just kind of like mold together. So I feel like that whole trip, just having roommates that you don't usually hang out with, really helped us mold together. And Coach Drew, he really did a lot of good things, like helping us know the coaching staff better, having one-on-one interviews, and just having sometimes Q&As, just understanding one person, putting somebody in the hot chair, just understanding somebody. I really think that helped us all in general, just because like not everybody talks about stuff that they're going through, or like there's stuff that you don't know about people, and just having them be, a little bit vulnerable, I feel like that brought us a lot closer together.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, tell everybody about the hot seat. And if Coach Drew doesn't want this out there, we'll edit it out. But if you're in the hot seat, tell him what happens.
Oh, man, you're in the hot seat. You just get a couple questions asked. He has a list of questions, and he just picks a couple different questions to ask you. And you just, in front of everybody, personal life, family life. If you talk about something that's recently happened, and you don't know what questions going your way, it's the hot chair for sure. So it was really cool.
It's really cool. I mean, it's a way for everybody to get to know each other better, and that was a perfect setting to do that all the time you had in Germany. You got an exhibition game October 10th. That'll be fun on the floor in Foster Pavilion. Season begins November 3rd. What are you most looking forward to when the games begin here?
Just walking out, taking a look around, seeing the stands, just feeling the atmosphere, getting a feel of what it feels like to play at home, having a new home.
Good. Well, one of the things about home is they got a lot of events here, and you can hear a mic check going on for a show that's coming up tonight.
Yep.
But we appreciate your time very much. We're glad you're wearing Baylor green and gold. We're glad you are here, and look forward to the season. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much for having me on this podcast.
All right. Obi Agbim, our guest on the Sic Em Podcast. It is presented by Harley Davidson of Waco.